Yo, yo, here we go. We have Santos bonacci today, and we're going to, he's going to cover a presentation on the whiteboard. It's a fantastic honor and privilege to have a video today with Santos. How you doing, Santos?
Great, mate. Yourself?
Awesome. Very excited about today's show.
Excellent. All right. Well, I've got a whiteboard which has information from another show, and I'm just going to touch on that before I wipe it off. And then what I'm going to put on there is
excuse me,
the true cosmology, which is Ptolemaic. Okay. So we're gonna learn what was before Copernicus. Okay. In 1541, when Copernicus, the Jesuit, started his or released his hypothesis, under the training and coaching of the Jesuits, who, as we will see, needed a globe and globalism for their global empire. Supposedly, Copernicus debunked this guy, Ptolemy. And if we get a timeline of history, so this was a show I did exposing the elite families behind globalism. Farnese is the guy who created the Jesuits with Borgia, the Borgia family. The Borgia family are the ones who carved up the Americas in 1493 in the Treaty of Tordesillas with Columbus, who is the Colonna family.
Oh.
Okay. Now, I'm not going to go over any of this because I did this on a show with the Sun and Moon group, and I urge all the listeners, go to that show where I spent 3 hours on this, exposing all their names and what their names mean and all the things they do. These are the people who control Big Pharma, the globe, globalism, global warming, hoax. They are the ones who promote racism. These are the ones who create wars. They own the military-industrial complex. They have come from the Persian Empire, Median Empire, Khazarian, Egypt, Babylon, the Parthians, the Lydians, and then finally they settled here in Rome, Florence, Geneva, and Venice. Venice is the most important of all of these cities because they are black nobility Venetian, okay? And what they did was they funded Copernicus to debunk Ptolemy, okay? Now, this is, Tetrabiblios, Ptolemy. So, now, Ptolemy was a scientist and an astrologer. He's the most famous astrologer that ever lived. His cosmology agrees with all the ancient cosmologies. It's geocentric. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to learn geocentrism right out of the horse's mouth. Now, where did Ptolemy fit in? Well, here's a timeline from 2,000 years ago, and this is where we live now in the 2000s. So this is 1,000 years ago over here. Ptolemy was over here, guys, in the 2nd century. So we've got geocentrism right up to this year here, 1543. So we've only had 400 years with Newton and his hocus pocus gravity. Darwin and his hocus pocus evolution, Einstein with his hocus pocus relativity, and it all started back here, guys. And before that, our intelligent ancestors knew that the world was geocentric, and you're going to learn this properly today, okay? And what it means to be vertical and not upside down spinning. because that's why Copernicus started a revolution, right? It's called the Copernican Revolution. Why? Why would it be a revolution? Because it was a departure from what the ancients believed and knew with science. These are the pyramid builders. These were not stupid people. And they held that the earth was stationary, did not move, and hence this is why all their monuments, even today, can accurately predict, the shadows of the sun and the movement of the stars, eclipses, etc. So this is a revolution that has caught the world by surprise and overturned ancient teachings. But we're going to see how it compares with the globe. So we'll be reading out of this and establishing what the true cosmology is. Then after that, we're going to have a look at the eclipse again of tomorrow. Today's the 20th here, 21st rather. So the eclipse will be tomorrow morning for you, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be in about 12 hours' time, I believe. What's the time there now?
It's 5 o'clock, 5:01.
In the afternoon?
PM. Yeah, evening.
Yeah,
late afternoon. Yep.
Yeah,
so 10:30 tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. the West Coast?
Yep.
Something like that?
Yeah. So, and what we're going to do is we're going to discuss how unique this eclipse is and the one coming in 7 years in 2024, because it will actually cross over at the same point. What I'll do at this point is share my screen. You need to see what I'm going to be discussing.
Sure.
So, can you see this?
Okay, there has been a lot of talk about Great American Solar Eclipse lately. Yes.
All right, well, what we're going to do is we're going to trace this shadow going backwards, and we're going to see that it crosses 7 cities that have the name Salem, okay? Starting off in Oregon, Salem, Idaho, Salem, Wyoming, Salem, Nebraska, Salem, Missouri, Salem, Kentucky, and then South Carolina, where it ends. Now, in 7 years' time, the eclipse, this one's in Leo, right at the end of Leo, and in 7 years' time, it will be in Aries. So,
damn, shut up.
This one is Leo, the lion of the tribe of Judah.
God, sorry.
And one in 7 years' time is in April, the Lamb of God. And they cross over in the state of Illinois at the bottom, right here. You see that crossing?
Yes.
Okay, so tomorrow's eclipse will do this, and it will cross 7 Salems.
Wow.
And in 7 years' time, the eclipse will do this, and it will cross over here right south of Chicago at a road that is called Salem Road.
Wow. Oh, they know what they're doing. Oh, they know.
Exactly. I'm glad you answered and reacted with intelligence.
Oh, they know what they're doing.
That was a very intelligent way to react, brother.
Thank you.
Yep. They know what they're doing, right?
Oh, wow. Oh, to the T. I mean, it's beyond. When you look at it, it's insane how much. Wow, they know.
Right. Well, we're going to come back to this, and we're gonna work out how it is that they put a road called Salem and 7 cities, tracing this very anciently known path of eclipses, in Leo. Okay, in the last degrees of Leo, and then of course 7 years later, a crossing happens in Aries. And both of these are fire signs. And we're going to see how is it possible that this happened? Because most people will say, oh, that's just a coincidence, and that's just, fancy, serendipity and wow, and synchronous, cosmological, wonder. No. What we're going to discover is that the Freemasons and the Jesuits and the founders of your nation there, they knew the paths of eclipses and all things because they have the books that have been around for thousands of years that were stationary and flat and calculated these things. So they know where all the shadows go. That's where their monuments are. That's where their towns are. This is why towns are always following certain grid lines like ley lines and other things. So we'll get to that. We'll have fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, I think first things first, I might just discuss the true cosmology. Now, the interesting thing about this is going to blow your mind, actually. It's staggering what the astrologers knew. Only astrology has the answers, as I've proven.
You need to put the screen to you, right, or what?
This one here?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's got me up there instead of you. I think you need to be up there.
Oh, no, because I'm not sharing now.
Oh, okay.
Stop sharing.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, there you are. There you are. I got you now.
Yeah, is that better?
Oh, yeah, I love it. I can see your face now. I can see you talk. It's great.
Okay. Got it. All right. Skype is probably the limited way of doing Hangouts. So, yeah, Google Hangout gives you more options. So, anyway, what will impress you about this, and as I've proven in our last Hangout, explaining how the eclipses work on a stationary flat Earth, astrology has all the answers. And what I'm going to share with you today is proof that only astrology teaches the true cosmology. Okay?
Yes.
So, did Copernicus bunk Ptolemy?
Negative.
Debunk him.
Negative.
Did he debunk him? Well, let's have a look. And by the way, let's call this show Geocentric Ptolemy and Heliocentric Copernicus versus Heliocentric Copernicus. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. So let's see what the cosmos is, how it is made. Now, before I go on, it is important to remember that all the ancients taught that the solar system and everything, the cosmos, is a golden egg. Okay? Now, where do they get this weird concept from? Golden eggs of creation. Well, because gold is in Latin is order. Okay? Let me write that up here. So, I'll have to depart with this beautiful shot.
At least we got it on video.
Yeah, well, I thought it would be handy just to leave it on there because...
Oh, fantastic.
People can see the names of the globalists. These are the globalists. Big Pharma. These people control Islam. These people control drugs and arms trafficking. These people control the Vatican and all the banks. These two are the most powerful families that ever existed, along with the Colonna family and Borgia.
Colombia.
They're all intermarried.
Colombia.
These are black nobility families, criminal families.
Colombia.
Yeah. If you have a look at that, and I encourage all the listeners, have a look at that one in the Sun and Moon that I did on the Sun and Moon group, exposing these families. You really need to have a look at that. Then you will see clearly that globalism comes from these people and their demonic pseudoscience. Okay, getting there. So we've got the word order is gold. And we can always say it like this. AU is what? AU is gold.
Yeah. No doubt.
Number 79.
Yep.
So aura. That's what surrounds your body, an aura. And it's golden. It's a golden egg. When you were conceived, you were an egg. And that egg is golden. When you look at microscopic photos of your original egg, you'll see that it's golden. Okay, so aura becomes Torah, as in the Jewish Torah, and it's Taurus. Everything is torus fields. Atoms are toruses that go like this.
Torso.
Exactly. You have a torso, which is an anagram for Taurus, and your torus field emanates an aura or a Torah, and it's golden. So as above, so below, our solar system must also be a torus field. It has to be.
Yeah.
Because this is the only form that the Creator knows. This is how creation happens. This is an atom. All atoms are like this. There is a plane of inertia here, and from that plane of inertia comes centrifugal divergent magnetism. Centrifugal divergent. Centrifugal divergent. Centrifugal divergent. And at this wave, at the wavelength, see, at the equator, that centrifugal divergent becomes centripetal convergent, and it comes back in on itself. And this is how energy is working. Okay, what this is the yin and yang.
Wow.
Okay, torus fields. This is the hourglass in the middle. It's called hyperbole. Hyperboloid. Bowl. Bowl is the bowl that it creates, the hourglass in the center. And this is the torus. And this is the only form. Okay, this is how our solar system is. But this golden egg, this aura, gold, and by the way, that's how you say the time also. Time and gold are the same word. Order comes from Horus. Hora. Horus.
Ahora.
The hours. The hours.
Horus.
Aura.
Horus.
Horus.
Yep. Taurus.
And the sun is like considered to be in a chariot drawn by 8 horses. Oh
yeah.
A horse is a Horus. It's always associated with the sun. The sun is always drawn by these steeds, horses, Horuses.
Wow.
Okay?
Love that.
Yeah. So, it's very important to establish this properly. The aura, the gold, which is the time, order. In fact, gold is with an accent like that, a closed O in Italian, and time is an open. So one has an acute accent, order, so it's pronounced more open, order, and gold is order, so it's more closed or. So it has this, but it's the same essentially it's the same word, O-R-A, okay? And it comes from Taurus, because the Tauruses are golden. Because white light, which causes all creation, white light, is actually golden light. And it refracts into 7 electromagnetic colours, the colours of the rainbow. And when you condense those 7 colours, it becomes one colour, gold.
Wow.
Okay? Hence, the Chinese have 5 elements in their astrology. They have fire, water, earth. They don't have air like we do. So they go wood and gold, or wood and metal, but it's always gold. Gold is the metal. It's the metal of creation. Very important to understand this, because if this is our cosmos, how can it be? How can we be living in one of these golden eggs? Well, in the Jewish system, they tell us that we are living in a cosmos that is made of 10 concentric spheres. And what we're going to learn is that our stationary geocentric astrological history is also 10 concentric spheres. We live inside of an egg, which we're going to find is actually, the reason they're called eggs too is because they actually do have the shape of eggs.